Hey everybody, Kyle here, bringing you another Pokemon video. Um, yeah, hello everybody. Things are going fantastic today. Hope you guys are also doing pretty well. Let me go ahead and check real fast to make sure. No, okay, we haven't had any new subscribers today. I wanted to check and make sure before I went on with the video because I don't want to miss out on anybody. So I was actually wrong though. A lot of our new subscribers aren't set to private, so I can thank you by name. So thank you, David. Thank you, Scissorsome. Though I'm pretty sure I already thanked you, but still, thank you again. Thank you, Strife Offer, and thank you, Cap'n Klefke. If you go and I think you can check out my subscribers, right? Maybe you can't. Let me know in the comments. I don't know if you guys can actually look at who subscribed to me or not. If you can, definitely go check. Actually, I'll just put Captain Klefke, and Strife in the. If they have channels, I'll check before I upload this and make sure they actually upload content. If they do, I will put them in the descriptions. As a thank you for subscribing to me. Hopefully, some of you guys don't know about them yet. You can go give them some attention, some love, some support. My cat just drank my coffee. God damn it. You're gonna be wired tonight. Oh my gosh. You need to stop. Why? That's one thing about cats. Cats, they look at your drink, and whatever you're drinking is better than what they have. So even if I give him brand new water, if I'm drinking something, he has to drink that. Like that's the shit. He has to drink it. I guess because his daddy's doing it. So he's like, well, daddy likes it. I gotta like it too, right? Sorry, I didn't mean to smack you. I smacked you a little hard, didn't I? Come here. Come here. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, baby. Come here. Yeah, you go, kitty. I'm gonna put you on a video soon so I can actually see you. Alright. So, oh, hey. Don't get ran over. Okay, sorry. Now, before we start talking about this battle, I'm gonna tell you one thing. It's kind of, not a spoiler, but just about this match. Why is there all these lines on my screen? I feel like there isn't normally all these lines on the screen. That's weird. You guys see all those lines? I'm not recording during the daytime. That is really odd. Did I mess up a setting? Maybe I messed up a setting. Oh well, I'll figure it out. This match is bonkers. This match is bonkers. It's genuinely fantastic. Actually, I'm gonna check something. It doesn't tell me how many turns long the match is. Okay. I don't know how long it is, but this match was a lot of fun to play. I'm going to just say that. This match was pretty dang fun. As you can see, the team is a little different. With that, I mean Luxray is there instead of Aegislash. I don't know if I'm going to keep Luxray on the team, to be honest. I know it's a good Pokemon, but this is the shiny one that I got from the Missing Toast. And he said that the build is supposed to be really good if you run Assault Vest. But I tried multiple battles running this thing with Assault Vest, and it got literally beaten down by special attackers. Like, the Assault Vest didn't seem to help it at all. I'm gonna be honest. And it wasn't even like it was surviving hits that it would have normally died from. I don't know. I don't feel like the Assault Vest is worth it. I feel like you just want to be bulking up that power some more. Because, like I said, it just didn't matter. Special attackers were just destroying him, even with the Assault Vest. I don't see the point in running Assault Vest on it. But that aside, looking at my opponent's team, he's got Garchomp, Greninja, Gliscor, Jellicent, Hitmonlee, and Ferrothorn. I knew he was obviously going to start with Gliscor or Ferrothorn, so I was going to lead with Whimsicott, guaranteed. Because either he was going to try to set up a Protect to get his Toxic Orb, and then he's going to go for Toxic maybe, or he goes Ferrothorn, he'd set up his rocks and stuff like that. And yeah, so I figured one of those two would be his starter. I figured he might predict that and go into one of his other Pokemon, but Whimsicott literally walls this entire team. Ferrothorn can't really touch it once I set up a Cotton Guard. Hitmonlee can't touch me. Gliscor can't touch me. Greninja can. Greninja can mess up this Pokemon pretty bad. Garchomp, I'm not worried about. And Jellicent, I'm not really worried about. I'm not. Whimsicott isn't really worried about this team. Um, Again, I feel like Luxray is a bit of a problem because he has Gliscor and Garchomp, which obviously both resist my stab wild charge. But of course, I also have some other moves. I think I have Crunch, Facade, and Ice Fang. Ice Fang is really useful. I don't know if it comes into play in this match or not, though. But yeah, Starmie also does a lot of work on this team because Psychic on Hitmonlee and Gliscor, Thunderbolt on Greninja and Jellicent, Ice Beam obviously on Gliscor and Garchomp. So yeah, so this match was looking pretty good. I was pretty confident against my opponent's team. This match is long though, like I said, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into it, get it started. All right, come on, there we go. All right, so there's Nathan. Hello, Nathan. Good luck, have fun. So we did lead off with Ferrothorn, which is one of the two that I expected. Although I do think I started off with a misplay. I should have just gone straight for the taunt, knowing he'd set up hazards, but I didn't. I actually went for Cotton Guard because I have no idea why. For some reason I was fearing a Steel attack, but I mean really it would have Gyro Ball. And that's not too bad. So he does get his Stealth Rocks up, which may or may not have affected the outcome of this game. I actually don't know. I go for Taunt though, and I'm glad I did because he also had Spikes. So as we can see here, he no longer can set up his Spikes because of the Taunt, and he's going to have to switch out. And he goes into his Gliscor. Now this, I'm not too worried about. I knew he had switched, so I went for my Tailwind, just in case whatever he switched into would force me out. Gliscor gets off his Poison Heal though, because he went in, so Toxicroak goes. Went ahead and taunted him, because I expected him to go for a Taunt on me. And to go for a Toxic on me, and sure enough he did. So I set up another Cotton Guard, because this thing can't touch me now. It can't protect, Toxic, Stall, nothing. He goes for Knockoff, which will remove my leftovers, but Katie is so bulky that this isn't really too big of a problem, I don't feel. Sorry, I'm going to try to move this camera a little bit. And so just to kind of see what a Moonblast can do, I go for it. And I'm like, okay, well since he can't use Roost and he can't use Protect, I'm actually okay with that damage, so I have no problems with going for it again. Though after the Poison Heal, but those both, alright, so the Taunt and the Tailwind wore off, so I went for Taunt again just in case. Greninja comes in, so the Taunt really isn't going to matter here, unless he's a Toxic Spikes Greninja, or a Spikes Greninja. I know Greninja can get some hazards, but I don't see that very often, so I didn't think he would. I went into Goodra though, because even though Ice Beam is going to do a good amount, I know Greninja Ice Beams are pretty hefty in the damage they deal. I still knew that Goodra would take this better than anything else on my team would take this, so she was my only option. But it still does a good 40% of my health, which is a scary amount for me. Now, I went ahead and just went for the Dragon Pulse because I figured he might predict the Thunderbolt and risk it and go into Garchomp or Gliscor. He did go into Jellicent though, so I guess I could have gone for the Thunderbolt. It would have done, I'm pretty sure, a lot more damage than that Dragon Pulse did. And he has the leftovers. Now, I thought a Will-O-Wisp would be coming in here, even though I'm not a physical attacker, just to get that residual damage off, so I stayed in because nothing on my team wants to take a Will-O-Wisp either. I mean, Misty could come in and take it, but Jellicent, if it has Shadow Ball or Hex, would definitely be able to destroy Misty completely, so I had to let Thank-You go ahead and take that Will-O-Wisp. Misty's my Starmie, if you guys don't know. So I'm going to go out, though, at this point, because I'm expecting a Hex to come in or a Scald, and so I go in. Oh, actually, I was expecting him to go for Recover, thinking that I would go for Thunderbolt, but instead he goes for Hex, so he does reveal that he's carrying the Hex, and that didn't do too much damage, though I don't have an ailment on me. And now I actually stay in here, of course. I mean, I went for a Wild Charge, I believe, because I didn't want to risk over-predicting, and oh no, I went for Crunch. I'm sorry. I went for Crunch because I knew that he didn't have anything to resist it, and it would just be, you know, it's decent damage. I do get the D drop though, so he's immediately withdraw Gliscor and go into his Ferrothorn, which is a problem because I don't have anything for this. I went for Facade because I was actually expecting him to Toxic me, but he didn't, so I didn't get the boost. That was a crit even, but after Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet, I'm going to be down so low that at this point I kind of figured I should just... I just didn't even care. I thought I'd just try to flinch him so that he couldn't set up any hazards. I do get the D drop though, which is great on a Ferrothorn especially, because we all know how tanky they are. But after Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet, I believe I died to this. No, I died to the Leech Seed. So he sends in a Leech Seed. And that's going to finish me off. I was like, oh, you bastard, just getting all the health you can. So that's pretty much going to, like, negate a good chunk of the damage I did to him. And that's Macaroni down. I still have no idea. I just don't like Luxray, at least on this team. I feel like I'd have to build a team, like, around using Luxray. Now, I sent in Susie here, because I didn't think he would expect me to have the Fire Fang. And that he might think that I was just trying to get the Intimidate or something like that. So he is actually going to stay in, as we see here, and I was like, okay, fantastic. I can get Ferrothorn off the field. That is one of the few things that would really mess up, would really keep Whimsicott from doing a lot of work. And as we all know, that thing is not going to live Fire Fang. Though after Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet, I take a good chunk of damage. That was like 20%, I think, at least, like 20-23%. And then in comes Jellicent. Now, this was an obvious Will-O-Wisp. I was sitting here forever trying to predict if he would do it or not, and I figured I'd just go into Tank You, because most likely it's a Will-O-Wisp. Goodra's already really low on HP, and if it's a special attack, she can take it better than anything else. It is a Will-O-Wisp, just like I thought, and of course I'm going to be immune because I'm already burned. But Goodra is literally at the ends of her ropes, so I go ahead and just go for a Thunderbolt. Or no, I go for a Dragon Pulse, that's right. I went for Dragon Pulse, so I keep thinking that he's going to switch into something to take the Thunderbolt. He goes recover, and I was like, oh, you bastard. You bastard. Of course you're going to recover. But that's, I mean, that's what Jellicent does. I'm not saying he's I'm not saying he's a dick for doing it. It's just like, man, come on. I went for Flamethrower because I was really hoping I could get a burn on Jellicent. And I get it. I was like, oh my gosh, yes. I was so excited about that. Hex is going to finish me off, but now with Jellicent having a burn, at least I know it can never really go to full HP. So it'll make it easier to hopefully kill later with something. If I can get a taunt on Jellicent, that would be perfect, so it can't sit there and just recover the burn damage. So then I bring in Katie, because as I said, Katie pretty much does work on this entire team. Like, there's nothing she's really afraid of except for Greninja. I go for the taunt, I believe, just to make sure it can't recover. And of course, Greninja's going to come in because that is the one thing that checks Katie on this team. And there's the taunt, just like I thought. And of course, I'm not going to be able to do anything about this Greninja. I didn't think I could survive an Ice Beam from it, so I went ahead and just pulled Katie right back out and went into Misty, expecting the Ice Beam. We're going to see he actually is going to go for a Hydro Pump here, which isn't too bad because he's actually going to miss. I'm actually going to avoid. Now he withdraws. I figured he was expecting the Thunderbolt. So I think I go for Psychic here. No, I went for Scald. I went for Scald just in case he would stay in. He does get the Water Absorb off, so that was an amazing, or not amazing, but you know what I'm saying. That was a good switch by him. I really should have gone for Psychic or Thunderbolt instead. Though I keep feeling like he's going to predict the Thunderbolt and switch in one of his ground Pokemon. Now Thunderbolt did great damage, so I realized that unless he recovers this turn, Thunderbolt will kill him. So I went ahead and just stayed in. I was going to try to switch to get rid of the burn, and I was like, there's no way. I'm not letting this Jellicent get away. So I'm going to have to go for Thunderbolt and just hope that it stays. And does he stay in? I can't remember. No, he withdraws, that's right. He withdraws and goes into his Gliscor. And I went for the Thunderbolt because, like I said, I didn't want to pass up a chance to get rid of that thing, and I was like, okay, Gliscor, I can probably handle this. I know Ice Beam will kill it, but I didn't know if it would, yeah, I knew Ice Beam would kill it, but I figured he would switch out, so I'd go for the Psychic this time, just in case, you know, so that way he couldn't get the Water Absorb again, and that is going to be enough to kill Jellicent. So I was like, okay, good. I have two of his biggest walls out of the way. Ferrothorn and Jellicent are both down, and now I can start biting into the meat of his team. And that is what I always think about walls. Walls is like the hide, and you're trying to cut through the hide to get to the meat of the team. Now, he did outspeed me, and as you guys know from watching me meet my Pokemon about my Starmie, I outspeed Garchomps unless they're Choice Scarfed. That is the only way a Garchomp outspeeds me, so I knew this thing was Choice Scarfed, and therefore I could go into F-Zero safely because he can only use Earthquake. There's nothing else that he has because he is locked into it, and that forces him to switch out. And I'm just going to go for Brave Bird because, I mean, out of everything on his team, Gliscor is the only thing that really wants to take a Brave Bird. Sadly, his Gliscor takes it a lot better than the last one I fought. Though if he didn't have the poison heal, this would be a 2-hit KO, just barely, I believe. But now with that, it isn't. Now he does switch out, and that's good. I think he switched out predicting me to switch, so I actually stayed in with Staraptor because I figured that he would predict me to switch into my Katie and go for a taunt. I do get the rough skin damage, and I think he has. Oh no, that's right. I get the rough skin and the recoil, and I know that I can kill this thing, so that's the big threat out of the way. Actually, was going into this thinking it was Mega Garchomp, but it doesn't seem like he has a Mega at all now that I look at it. Now, if he was running rough skin Rocky Helmet, I actually would have died, but I didn't. So luckily, I can keep. Oh no, I do. That's right, I died of recoil. So I do die here. I think I might have died before that though. I think if he had Rocky Helmet, I might have been. Yeah. If he had Rocky Helmet, I think Staraptor might not have been able to kill him. Now, Greninja, of course, as we all know, checks Katie, so I was like, okay, I can't let Katie go down, because I really need her, but I stayed in, because I was like, okay, he's just going to double switch, and it worked, so I was really, really happy about that. He does get the crit, so that's a lot of damage. Without my leftovers, I can't recover that, but I was still really happy about the switch, because literally anything he sends in is going to be taking some damage now, and that being Gliscor means that, of course, one more Moonblast would be able to kill it. I think after Poison Hill, though, there's a chance he will live. So I go ahead and go for the taunt, just to make sure that it can't protect if it does have protect, to get more healing, which it has Roost. So now I'm really glad I went for protect. And then I set up Cotton Guard because I didn't want this thing to hit me. So it has Roost, Toxic, and Knockoff. I believe those are the only moves we've seen so far. Poison Heal's going to kick in, but now with this much defense, I'm starting to realize that this thing must only have knockoff, because if it had a poison move, it definitely would have went for it, because I'm 4 times weak, and if it had Earthquake, since that has more base power than knockoff, I'm pretty sure he'd go for it. I think I don't know why he went into Greninja. I don't know what he was expecting me to do. Maybe he was just trying to scare out Katie, but he switched it in on my attack, so I was able to hit it with the Moonblast. Now he goes for Fake Out, and then he's going to get the normal gem on Burden, so that is going to do a good amount of damage, even with my Cotton Guard up, but it's another crit, and of course I flinch because it's not, you know what I mean? Now instead of Tailwind, because if I'm going to beat this team, I need the Tailwind up. He goes to the close combat, but I realized though, I was like, oh, I lived, okay, fantastic. Now I'm really upset that I didn't go for the Moonblast. I should have gone for Moonblast, but I didn't think I would live that. And so I do go down to the second one because, of course, I'm slower than Hitmonlee after on Burden, even with the Tailwind up, because he is at ×2 speed. And there goes my Whimsicott. So, I go into Suzy. Now I'm like, okay, if I go for Sucker Punch, I have to get a crit, but if I can somehow outspeed, if I can somehow live, then I can kill him with the Play Rough, and then I have the match in the bag, because the last Pokemon can't touch me. But I do go down to the close combat. Now, this is the news I have about that. So I ran calculations, and at the HP I'm at, I was at about 65%, 60%. If I had max HP, max defense, or max attack, max HP, like the standard Mawailes, that close combat against me was actually a guaranteed 2-hit KO. Unless he crit, there was no way I would have died to that close combat. So looking at that, I actually went and used the reset bag on my Mawile, and I'm going to retrain her with the max HP, max attack, like normal, because that really showed me why they do it. While my build is really good for surprising people, it's not good for sustain. My Mawile cannot stay on the field and take hits. So I basically got rid of Mawile's bulk for like a one-time shock effect, and it just wasn't worth it. But I don't have time tonight to play more battles after re-EV training her, so I went ahead and just used one with her old build, and to kind of show you why Mawile is the way Mawile is, why they go for HP and attack, I can kind of see why now. Yeah, that was a great match. I mean, I think I definitely, if I had the max HP, I would have lived that close combat, went for a Play Rough, and then I could have just, Gliscor couldn't Toxic me because I'm Steel. And he might have had Earthquake. But he might have died to a Sucker Punch. He might have died to Sucker Punch. I don't know. I didn't calculate that because obviously I lost the match. I'm currently working on breeding 3 new Pokemon. One of them because I need it in order to teach an egg move to something else, so I might as well just go ahead and breed one while I'm at it. I already said this on Twitter, so I'll reveal this one since it won't be a surprise, and that is I am working on making a sassy Dugong. Because Dugong actually has got some potential. I'm going to be honest. I wish I could remember which YouTuber it was. I'm subscribed to so many Pokemon YouTubers, I can't remember exactly who it was that I saw that said this. But someone used Dugong, and they said it was the most overlooked Pokemon ever. And when I pulled up Dugong on Showdown and went through it, if you could make an Assault Vest Dugong work, it would be fantastic. The only problem is, Dugong's move pool is like only water and ice. And so if you have Assault Vest, you literally would have to run like Aqua Jet, Ice Shard, Surf, Ice Beam. Like, that's all you get. I mean, and while you get double priority, your attack is so low that when I was running it on the damage calculator on Showdown, when I was running, well, how much damage would an Aqua Jet do? Against like a Hitmonlee or a Talonflame or just thing after thing after thing. Literally everything I used it on, instead of even saying, oh, it's a 3-hit KO, oh, it's a 5-hit KO, it would literally, I'm not even joking, it would come up in quotes, it said, most likely the worst move you could ever use. That's literally what it told me. And I was like, okay, I should probably never use this move. So I'm going to be running it. Actually have Showdown open. Let me pull it up. I'm planning on running it with leftovers, and it has thick fat, so that'll help me with my fire weakness. I'll put it where Goodra is, just, to change up the team a little bit, because Goodra was used for a long time, and I'm trying to get a whole new 6 going on. So I'm thinking leftovers with thick fat, and then Aqua Ring, Aqua Jet, Ice Beam, Surf. Aqua Jet just to get that stab. I should actually probably make that Icicle Shard instead of Aqua Jet now that I think about it, or Ice Shard, since I feel like things with ice weaknesses are a lot more common than things with water weakness. But I don't know. I feel like it actually kind of goes either way, because Ice Shard would be good for Gliscor, Garchomp, Goodra, Noivern, Dragonites. But then Aqua Jet would be good for what? Talonflames, Charizards. What else we see that has water weakness? I guess that's about it. Yeah, I think Aqua Jet, I'll replace that with Ice Shard. That'll probably be a lot better. But this video is already pretty long and it's pretty late for me. Hey, I didn't yawn during this video. Guys, I didn't yawn and it's 2:30 in the morning. I think we just broke a record here, guys. I think we just broke a record. No yawning in an entire video that's almost 25 minutes long. That's amazing. Guys, it's a new day in the life of this channel. And it's a new day. It's a new day, guys. That's all I can say. It's a new day. But again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the match. I feel like this one was a lot more fun than a lot of other matches since there's a lot of switching around and crazy stuff going on and predictions. There was so much switching in action that I wasn't able to fully explain all the moves I made. Literally, this match was probably like 30 to 40 minutes long in real life because all the moves I was sitting there going, okay, is he going to think I'm going to switch out? Probably. He won't expect the Moonblast. He'll go into Greninja, and then Greninja dead Moonblast. Like, things like that. Like, that Moonblast that killed Greninja, me and my opponent both thought about that for, like, the entire timer. Which, in a battle like this, I think is, like, a minute, at least. Like, a minute or two. I don't think it's 2 minutes, but I mean, it's a long time for a turn. And then even after I chose my move, he was still thinking. My opponent spent a lot of time thinking too. So this was a really, really technical match, and my opponent definitely deserved that victory by far. And ultimately, it really comes down to a not necessarily a bad play, but a bad parent, a bad trainer, and that is I didn't train my Mawile the right way. Because I thought I'd do something new and different, and while it would be better in different scenarios. For the way that I use my Mawile, it's actually better for me to go for the standard one. So sorry, Mawile. I'm going to fix you and make you all better, and then we will win matches like this in the future. Ah, that just sucks to think that I most likely would have won the match, because I'm pretty sure that Gliscor only had knockoff. Like knockoff, toxic, roost, and then maybe protect. I don't know. I would think he would have earthquake or something, but he didn't use it ever. Oops, my camera cut me off there. So I think it's trying to tell me that it wants me to stop recording at this point in time. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Instead of rambling on about all this stuff. But again, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this match. It was a lot of fun to play. Even though it was a loss, I'm really proud of this match, because for the first time, I usually don't think about my moves very much. I just kind of click things and go and hope for the best. And this was the first match I did where I tried to think through every move I took. And I feel like, though it was a loss, I feel like I played better than I usually do, even though I lost. And I think that's a good thing. I think that's important. But like I said, I really should let you guys go. I keep talking and talking. I appreciate the support, guys. If there's any advice you have for me or my opponent, though my opponent probably won't get the advice, feel free to leave it in the comments, because it is always good to constructively criticize other people, because it will improve your own game, plus I'll get to read your comments and improve myself. And if you have any cool builds or Pokemon you would like me to try, you can also request those in the comments. Again, I also take fan submission battles, so if you have a battle or a fun replay that you think would be fun for me to comment on the channel, send it to me. And I also take battle requests from fans. So far, not fans, from viewers. I hate calling people fans. You are not fans. I don't know why I said it. So forgive me. You guys are not fans. You're my peers. We are equals. If not, you're better than me, because I am very much learning. So forgive me for saying that. I don't like the word fans. Not even in my room. I call it my swirly air blowing machine. I'm pointing at it right now. You guys can't see it. My swirly air blowing machine is doing good work right now. It's also confusing the shit out of my cat and me. So I'm gonna go. All right, guys. You have a good night. My swirly air blowing machine, guys.